What's up, members? We're back onto my YouTube channel. It's a boy Lisiba Mutupi. If you haven't followed or subscribed, please do make sure you do that just now. So on today's video, we're going to be looking into the charts and we're going to be diving a bit more deeper into the markets just so we understand what's more likely to happen during the week. So while we're doing that and saying that, one thing that I was also able to do is to show you guys some the steps that we can also take note of from the dollar index. So we're going to be looking at the setup that I'm going to be sharing with you, which is USDMXN, and also the dollar index, so we understand what the dollar is doing on its own, so we can also play a part and make great decisions when trading things such as GBP USD, Euro USD, all the pairs that are affected by the dollar. So one thing that I'd like you to do is that these videos are like free to watch, obviously, so all you can do is just comment below, tell me what you guys think about these setups that I do have. Also tell me and let us open almost like a chat box, you know. Comment below what setup you are looking at. Maybe you can even just comment on others people, like let's say if there's a person saying the seeing USDJPY and you are also seeing USDJPY, speak a bit more about it, you know, so we can help each other. Trading, there's like trillions to be made from the market, so let us help each other so we can all get a cut of that trillion from the market. So yeah, please do just make sure to do that and let us start and jump into the charts right away. Okay, members, so on this session, one thing that I am going to be doing is that I want to show you guys the process of being able to just understand what the dollar index is doing, and also understanding on how to also capitalize from its movements. So one thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you guys the dollar index, what it is that I'm forecasting, and then we're going to be moving on to the one pair that I would like to share with you guys. Obviously, I've got top 6 pairs that I share with the premium members. Currently, there's no way that a member can become a part of the premium members up until further notice. So let us just take a look at what's actually happening with this beautiful pair. Obviously, we've got this beautiful structure that has been pushing to the upwards here. Obviously, you can see then here as we got to the highest, price started to give us a correction. So understanding this, you'd be able to see that this is just a simple correction. Okay, correction. Okay, I made a mistake, sorry about that. Okay, just wanted to illustrate that this is just the correction. There we go. Okay, and after this correction happened, obviously there's impulses, there's corrections, there's impulses. So the next move should be an impulse, but either it's to the upside or it's to the downside, depends on the pattern. But with this beautiful symmetrical pennant, and we're able to spot that this is actually a reversal, so it's short all the way to the downside here. So understanding this now, we are now here experiencing a correction, because remember it's impulse and then correction and then impulse and then correction. So basically this phase that we are now in is a correction. And understanding patterns, now obviously I'm still going to be making a video speaking about patterns. Understanding patterns, this is just the continuation pattern. It's just a pattern that illustrates this. Okay, it's just this. Obviously it doesn't have to play out super perfectly like this, but it's this pattern. So understanding this, would be able to just see that the next future moves would simply be, okay, let me just utilize this then, would simply be something such as this. Okay, so this is what would like to actually happen, and obviously our first targets are here. This is actually where our first targets are, and then overall targets are here. This is with the dollar. At the same time, it's the dollar index. So this is one thing that we are actually looking to capitalize on. Okay, so let me just do this real quick. And one thing that I like about that is that you can simply take a look at these two tweezer tops. Take a look at these candles. These are two tweezer tops at a resistance level, which means that there's a high probability of it going to the downside. Guys, it's one of the confirmation signals that I use looking for candlestick confirmations. Okay, so understanding this ascending type pattern, would be able to see that at the third touch, because obviously I had a third touch, a line going through, I think it was like something like, yeah, something such as this. Obviously this wasn't there, but I had to evolve, because I had this and also this bigger structure, but I had to evolve. Evolving means like when you actually have structure and then the market really pushes, it doesn't really change the structure, but it only pushes the price a bit beyond the way you had your resistance level. So all you have to do is just take a message from the market, evolve, and move the price to the current market price. So one thing that I done is that I done exactly that. Took a message from the market. I saw this beautiful ascending type. Obviously it reversed with this beautiful engulfing to the downside. Broke out of this beautiful ascending type within ascending type. So now understanding this, I would only say that I'm waiting for a candlestick confirmation right here. Once I get an engulfing candlestick to the downside, obviously I'll start taking a part in it, and then my stop is going to be just a bit above here. Okay, 33 pip, very fair. Even though on 15-minute we can obviously get a much more better deal, because I know if we get a 15-minute impulsive move, obviously it'll just mean we can have something like super limited, like 20 pip. Okay, something like a 20 pip stop loss and go all the way to the downside. Né? Depends on how actually capitalize on that entry, on that 15-minute entry. Okay, so obviously I've got this section. Okay, I just want to see what this could lead us to. Let's say when we just target the lows of this beautiful trend line, we definitely looking at a 3%. I like the fact that it's actually 3%. And just by coming all the way, this is why I'm looking to take targets. We're actually looking for 11%. This can be a very good trade if only it does play out this way and we actually follow what we have anticipated. But I just wanted to show you guys what I was seeing on the dollar index. At the end, we're seeing the dollar index going to the downside. Seeing the dollar index going to the downside. So let me just go on the pair that I've chosen to share with you. Okay, not this one. There we go. Okay. USDMXN. So it's one of the pairs that I shared the previous week. If you guys can remember this from the previous week, I'm sure you still do. So it's actually the same kind of a thing, just that now it has evolved into being a much more bigger structure. So remember that the market moves into impulse corrections. Some of these some of these corrections are actually 6 to 8 to 10 hours, super small, and others can take a bit more longer because it's corrections that are from the 4-hour time frame. Also corrections that are from the daily time frame, in a sense. So our target is all the way down to here, 90 target. Okay, 90 target. Obviously, this is one beautiful impulsive leg. Okay, let me just do this. One beautiful impulsive leg. And guys, please do comment below if you want me to just make a quick video explaining how to use this trading platform, because I see a lot of people are asking me, how do you use this, and it's not really difficult, so comment below if you want me to make a video. But I'm still making videos on patterns and all the reversals and continuations that you guys requested, for sure, that I promised. Okay, so this is actually understanding. I understand that something like this is more likely to happen. Obviously you'd have your stops super limited. I've got it just above these previously highs, as you can see, lower highs, and first targets can just be here. Maybe look for 7% and all the way down to the 90 target, which is close to a 12%. But let me just go on the 4-hour time frame. I just wanted to show you guys on a bigger scale that that's actually one thing that I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm looking at price here. Obviously you can simply see that we've got our top here, which I would like this to illustrate for us maybe some sort of a double top scenario, né? Even if it's not a double top scenario, even if it's not a double top, it could either be a resistance zone, which is an area of value, area whereby the market is more likely to react in a certain way. Okay, so obviously just by saying that, you can simply see that this is also a first target, second target, so anticipating a third target here. Okay, we've got that down there. Okay, let's see the pattern that's within the structure. We've got our first target here, second target. Obviously our third target is more likely to be in here. So we've got this area that's actually telling us that there's more chances of us dropping to the downside, né? But we need to wait for something. We need to wait for a 1-hour retrace. We need to wait for candlestick confirmation. We need to wait for something that's going to direct us that this is actually the trade that we've been waiting for. So obviously just after that one candle, maybe it could either be like something like this. As you can see, this is actually an engulfing candle. Let me just copy this down. Okay, from this to this, just push this. There's also a chance of the market pushing a bit more to the upside, catching the ones that are already buying on the wronger side. I mean, the ones that are selling now, hit their stop losses a bit quicker, just so it can go down where the banks are actually much more comfortable taking a trade. So once we do get to be involved in such a trade, obviously with the next candle that's going to be the most engulfing to the downside, would look to just take a sell below. Okay, let me just remove this. It's making my charts be ugly. Okay, we'll just obviously take a sell below structure. Stop losses will just be a bit more limited, just something like this, as long as they are somewhere around these resistance areas. And you can just see what price is saying at this very first target. here would be a 6.8%, which is super amazing. Obviously, this is our second target, 11.7 percentages. This is actually going to be a good trade, guys. And obviously going all the way to the downside, there's actually going to be 19%. But now someone is asking me, are you gonna, there's a lot of opportunities going to the downside. This can just turn out to be, impulse correction, and then starts to move downwards in this manner, and then obviously go back to the upside because of this descending type. This can just be the market moving in this way. I'm not saying that there's a specific way that the market moves in. We just have to be aware on what to expect from the market. Obviously, this is one of the setups that we had the previous week, but a lot of people gave up on it, and that's not the way of trading. For trading, if something doesn't really go in your way, you just keep on sticking to it, you evolve with it, and then it's gonna guide you to be able to just take future nice decisions going forward. That's the much more better way of doing things. So you saw us like literally diving a bit deep into the markets, and you saw all these that are actually covered. And one thing that I like is that I went in as detailed as possible. I went in just so I can be able to help you guys with the mindset that I do have, with the perspective, with my view of the charts. I'm not saying that I'm better or anything. I'm just saying that this is how I see the markets. Maybe you see it the same, maybe you see it a bit more different, on which it will also help out, because you will be commenting below and you'll be telling me how you see charts and what you think about these charts that I see, that you see obviously that I do have. And also, guys, if you are not in the free course, make sure that you just hit the link in the description box. I've got a free course where I'm giving away free step-by-step knowledge, like step-by-step course, literally with the starting point of the introduction, how to use these platforms, how to literally understand pips, currencies, and all these things. A lot of people don't understand how the currencies work, so that's one thing that I do have. I speak a bit more into details about how currencies work, how this one works a bit more different from this one. So just go in the description box, and also you can also be a part of my free Telegram group. I'll put that in the description box, obviously, if you want to be a part of it. But one thing that I do want from you is to like this video if you got a lot of value from it, and also hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos in the near future.